Drew Baldridge is here, talking hits. It is good to see you again.
Good to see you, brother.
I mean it when I tell you, dude, and I know your time is valuable because you work your butt off. So that's why I'm hoping you feel the Country Top 40 Countdown is streamlined. We embrace your time. We're going to get you in and out. And I heard that Lainey Wilson showed up. Was it a #1 party? You're receiving some award or something, and I heard Lainey showed up like unannounced.
Well, me and her have been friends for 12 years.
Yes.
And so she was my first friend in Nashville, and we've always loved on each other. You know, every success, every win, we try to be there. And
you know, I didn't know that. I didn't know that you had known each other that long. That she was your pal.
Yeah, literally my first friend. Like one of 5 first friends in Nashville. You know, we just did the artist DNA. If you want to talk about friends DNA.
Yeah.
You know, she was right at the start of it and has always been there, you know, questions, all those things. And, you know, it's crazy to think about back in the day. You know, I had a record deal before she did, and we would talk about that. You know, you'll be the first artist to have a hit. And I'm like, not at all. You are definitely doing way crazy, amazing things. And yeah, she's always been good to me and my family. And yeah, I love her to death. Love her like a sister.
You know, from you going around to, you know, your fans' backyards, performing for gas money, performing for free, you were sort of prepping your family, like, you know, the life ahead. Now that things are rolling, tell me how. Oh,
it's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
How do you plan this?
You just can't. You know, you got to roll. You just can't. You just got to roll with it. You know, and I think, you know, in the last year, sending She's Somebody's Daughter to radio, starting our own record label, doing it alone. I was my own manager. I was my own booking agent. I was my own label, all the way up until we got Daughter top 10. And finally, you know, had a team come around me. And but that was a lot on my wife. You know, it was a lot on our family. I had a little boy that was 1 at that time, and I was on the phones till 9 o'clock at night with West Coast and up early with the East Coast, and trying to figure that out and work a song.
Do you know there was a time, and I know this is weird, where, like, I don't know, I knew everything you're going through and what you do, and I honestly had like some anxiety for you. I'm like, I don't know how do you emotionally handle that work talk? How do you do it?
It was a lot. I mean, there was a lot of 3 a.m.s waking up and going pacing in the kitchen, you know, and my wife would come down and be like, you good? And I'm like, I don't know if I am, because I'm funding this myself with my own money, you know. And there would be, you know, times when I have to hire a team, so I'm spending enough money a month to put my kid through college, you know, and that would really wear on me when I'd look over and I'd go look at him sleeping, you know, and lots of prayers, you know. If I'm thinking about it right now, it makes me tear up, just thinking like, we put so much into this and hoping that it would work. And when we went, you know, finally went #1, right before the #1 party, I remember sitting outside with my wife in our little townhome, and we were sitting in our little chairs that we had around this fire pit, and I was like, did you actually think this would happen? Like, did you really think that we would go #1? She goes, I just always believed it would. I don't know how, but I just always believed it would. And I'm freaking glad you did. You know, because there was a lot of times when I was like, what am I doing here? But I just wanted people to know that message. And now, you know, you think about it, fast forward, now we have a new single, Tough People, and it's my second top 20. And this song got top 20 in like 2 months. And it took me 8 months with Daughter. And now I got a great label, BMG, Stony Creek, helping me out. And it's just been a life-changing year for us.
And you know that you deserve every single bit of it, man.
Oh man, well thank you for that. And it's really hard, like when you move here, you know, like I said, Lainey was one of my first friends, and you watch all your friends do amazing things. And it's not that you wish hard against them, you want them to do that. But then you're like, what am I doing? Why they're doing all that? Where am I impacting people? Why am I not impacting people? And it's been so fun to go #1 as an independent artist with Daughter, because now the amount of independent artists that have reached out that I just talk to and go on, you know, say it can be done. Don't give up. Hey, you lost a record deal. Nashville doesn't believe in you anymore. You can still freaking do it.
You could do it.
You can do whatever you want. And I think that's what's so cool. We can go out on shows now. And we've been out on the road with Cody Johnson playing. We got to play Bridgestone right down here this past Saturday. I can go out on stage and say, you can freaking do whatever you want in this life.
Yeah, you can.
No matter who says no, no matter what goes on, show them. Go do it. And
show them.
Show them. That's right.
And you're showing everybody, and I mean, just saying, man, when you're gonna sell these movie rights, I mean, I'll tell them, this is well, for me, this is a story. I mean, just observing what you've done. I mean, it's so thank you, and you're one of the tough people. I love introducing it and watching this thing rise every single day.
Oh man, well thank you. And I'll just say this about you and Top 40. I remember meeting you here 2 years ago in a little suite, and you came up to me and you said, "Dude, I love that song. I want to play it on the Top 40."
I loved it.
And you had the launch pad,
Yeah.
and I sat there and I listened to my song for the first time on the radio on the Top 40 and just cried my eyes out, and it was because of you, man.
Brother.
And I just want to say thank you for that. And then I got to come down and play a really cool event for you and debut kind of Tough People right there, and you pulled me aside. You said, "That's going to be a hit. That's going to be a hit, Drew. It's going to be a hit." And I was like, "I don't know. Like, I hope it is. I hope we put it out and it touches people." And now I got people coming up in the meet and greet lines saying, over their scars where they had surgery, and saying, "I'm tattooing tough times make tough people because I've been through it." And it's just like, that's why we're here. And it started, man, with you believing in me on the launch pad, not when we weren't even top 40. We couldn't even get a song on the radio, and you started playing it. So thank you.
Well, thank you for busting your butt in those backyards to get me to find out who the heck this dude was. And also, man, thank you for freaking doing country songs that make us feel again.
Oh, man, that's what I'm here for. I want to continue to do that.
You're making us feel again.
Oh.
And thank you for that, yeah.
Hey, thank you, brother.
Talking Hits with Drew Baldridge.